Tried putting everyone to sleep there, Trent.
Hey, better start than last week when I just rolled into it without an intro.
That was pretty classic. That was very
Yeah.
classic. Hey, everyone, welcome to the Monday Funcast. We'll talk some football tonight, and who else knows what we'll talk about? It hasn't really gone to script the last few weeks, and that's okay. Tonight I'll be hosting this. I'm Ryan, of course. Below me, Homer Bryant. He's trivia Bryant. He's coming back from being smart the last couple weeks.
Yeah, I got a couple issues with that, but we'll get the intros done first.
Big brain Bryant going to trivia.
And then there's Trent, who you just heard. No nickname for him. He's just Trent.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
I'm not wearing a hat tonight. I'm not gonna wear a hat until I'm paid like everybody else. So,
ooh, don't want to give away that free sponsor money, you know.
Okay, Patrick can't lay.
Okay, what is Homer Bryant's issue with trivia?
So we go to like a trivia on Monday nights occasionally, and I have a good time, and that's what it's for. You go to a trivia like that, and it's not like you know I've been to a couple like serious ones, and those ones are like it's kind of fun to know how dumb you are and like to see people get competitive, but like when you go to your local just bar trivia and it's like you win a round of shots and you win, it's like not prestigious. Just do your best, and no one cares if you lose. We have there's a couple issues. One is, can you name the second lady in the Bush administration? Second, HW.
Who's the first Bush senior?
No, the second one.
It's whoever Cheney's wife is.
Oh,
Mrs.
I mixed up.
Mrs. Cheney.
The point, well, yeah. So anyway, it was the second lady, and I mixed up the question anyways. But the answer was Tipper Gore, if you're familiar with her. And there was a couple of 21-year-olds that walked up and like, yeah, we got a perfect score, and like on a round, it's like, there's no way you know who Tipper Gore is, man. Like that's one. But then two is we have these couple teams that like it's the same three teams that win every week. And they very clearly cheat because like they will throw in the most obscure 60s, 70s country music, and then it's modern one week, and then it's 80s dance the next week. And like you get 6 or 7 out of 10 and you feel good. And there's these teams that get perfect scores every single round, and like they're doing it so blatantly because the same team wins every week, and they bring a crown to the bar every single week. And like again, I'm going, this is non-competitive, it should just be for fun, but it starts to really piss me off because I'm like, who the fuck goes to your local bar and brings a crown and acts like one, that it's cool, and two, I want to wear a fucking crown because I want to win this shit and I'm doing it honestly, and they're clearly not. Super Gore. Okay. I'm never gonna get over that one.
Yeah, no 21-year-old is knowing that.
Yeah,
we didn't know that off the top of our head, and
you're older.
We were alive then.
All I'm gonna go is team big titties and chocolate milk. Go fuck yourself because you're cheating every time, and we know it. Also, team sizes need to be regulated. We're playing against 8 people, and we have a team of like 3, maybe 4 on a good week. It's
yeah. Why isn't it like teams of 4? 4-man scramble.
There should be a limit to
that. You would think, but like. They just have like 8, maybe 9, I don't know. And it's just like I said, I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but it just been eating for a week and a half. I'm just thinking of who the fuck thinks of Tipper Gore. You're all gonna look her up later once you've done listening or once we're done recording here, and you're gonna go, that's Tipper Gore. I would have never guessed that in my lives, and I was alive when she was in it. Just Tipper Gore.
It's like when you play in a scramble, a charity scramble, a 4-person scramble, and you know a good score would be like 18 under 54. Someone comes in with a 44, and you're like, I have questions on this one.
Thank you. That is a perfect example. It's like, hey, here's a scramble. We're kind of here to get drunk, give a little money to charity. That's what we're here for. And then someone pulls. It's like, okay, it's not competitive. But I got a 44 out of what would that be, a 72 score. It's just like, come on, man. Like, no one really cares. But if you care that much, it makes me just pissed off that you care that much.
Yeah. Like I've played in 18 hole scrambles where we've shot 19, 20 under, and that's with an absolute stacked team where everyone's a 5 handicap or lower.
Yep.
It's possible. It's when you start getting into the 40s where it's just like, who are these people? That's just not possible at all.
I played in a scramble at Sand Creek and like a 46 was turned in. Like, that's
Although
not even possible.
Wasn't Woody Austin around there every once in a while?
Yeah, but that wasn't his team because I don't feel like, he would not cheat like that.
No.
And these guys are like 60 years old. They're not hitting the driver over 240.
Yeah.
And
they got an albatross on a 500-yard par 5.
So the one guy, I can't remember if he won long drive or closest to pin. And he was had like during like on the range, he had his arm in a sling.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm not lying. And
I
these are the people that cheat.
When they gave him whatever his blender that he won, that was not worth the faking it,
These charity scrambles down there, like the people are cheating to win a free round of golf. Like, come on.
Exactly. It's just like if it is that important to you, God, good luck, man. Because apparently you're that desperate where you have to bring up the integrity of your word to win a free round of golf. Congrats.
Speaking of which, Trent and I and Kevin will be playing in a 3-person tournament this weekend. Trent will probably Instagram live this whole round, so just tune in for that.
Oh yeah, there will be Insta posts.
Yeah. Everyone in the chat, give a thumbs up, get a like. I know.
Last year, I played in that tournament with them, and I had food poisoning, and I was finding the bathroom every other hole. I'm pretty positive, and we got like third or something, didn't we? So
yeah.
I'm hoping I can show up there with my pooper working okay, and we won't have that issue.
Hope so too.
Although, I think if I remember correctly, Kevin kind of played out of his mind that front 9 there on the best ball. So expecting that out of him again.
Yeah. Well, shall we get into some football talk here?
Oh, no. Speaking of trivia, Trent, you said you had a trivia question.
Oh, shoot. I do have a trivia question. So
that's what the people came for. They didn't come for football talk. They came for trivia talk.
This was brought up at work to me, and I had 30 seconds to do it. Like I said, I did it in like 10. What 4 NFL teams have a star in their logo?
Dallas.
Steelers.
Nope.
What? Oh, I guess they're diamonds, aren't they?
Texans.
Not stars.
Texans. Dallas and the Texans.
Yep.
Colts.
Nope.
Huh.
Patriots.
Yep.
Patriots, yeah.
One more. And I believe this last one has the most stars in their logo. All the other ones are like 1. This one has multiple.
Colts wasn't it, right?
No, they were not.
Denver?
Nope.
I feel stupid. I'm like running out of NFL teams.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I give up. I don't want to have dead noise here, but
the Titans.
Okay, I saw something like this that said the Titans had stars in their logo. Where's their logo? Is it like on the outside ring or something?
It's around the T. There's like 3 of them. And then Dallas, the Patriots, and the Texans have 1 star in their logo.
1 star flag.
Yeah.
Casey Donahue.
Dallas and Houston. Makes sense.
Casey Donahue tribute.
Yep. You getting it, Bryant?
Well, there we go. What's that?
Oh, I thought you were looking at their logo.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking it up right now. Sorry, my computer's been freezing. I probably didn't move for the last 2 minutes. That's.
We thought you died.
Rip. Oh, I guess there are.
I mean,
there.
Your computer's frozen, but have you noticed your name?
Whoa! Get the fuck out of here! Nah, I'm keeping it now. Tipper Gore. That's probably what froze it the first time. It just
me changing your
data
name.
Going through the HP here.
Tipper Gore at Homer _Bryant.
Tipper Gore's a saint. Jesus.
Is
Right.
Travis Kelce in every freaking commercial nowadays?
God.
I hope so. Mahomes motto.
He's in Experian now.
Or is it Mr. Pfizer? Oh, it's Experian, not Mr. Pfizer anymore.
Mr. Experian this time.
Yeah.
Mr. Experian.
Mr. Debit Card.
Oh, what the hell else? Oh, yeah, the Experian with the paying off.
Did
Debt. I remember that one.
I don't think I sent it to you, the meme today. Have you ever seen the meme of it's oh my god. It's Hillary Clinton. She's like walking into an apartment. Her face is just like because it's just like not a mansion. She's never been in a house. It's not under like 10.
You live in this squalor, you fucking peasant.
It's just like the most basic ass kitchen. There's like fucking plants in the sink. I saw a meme today that says Taylor Swift when she walks into Travis Kelce's house.
Yes. Like his probably like $1.5 million condo,
Yeah.
and she's like, "This isn't a $10 million mansion."
Yeah.
What the fuck? Oh, I love it.
All right.
All right, let's hit some football now.
All right. The Vikings. You went to the Vikings here. We beat the Bears 19-13. Trent, did you watch the game?
Bears. No, I did not.
Ah,
Yeah, I
miss
didn't
a
watch
lot.
any of it. Yeah, we went to Sky Zone and went to the trampoline park. Amelia wanted to do that. And so one of my cousins and aunt and uncle were there and they invited us over. So we went and did that.
Sounds way more fun than watching a Vikings game.
Yeah, yeah.
The Vikings suck.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
just-
when I saw that in like the 19-13, like with the Bears.
I mean, you know what though? I think the backup is probably better than Justin Fields. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't know. I mean, what is there to say? I've got in the notes, the Vikings just can't catch. First of all, they've dropped like 10% of passes this year. So they're leading the league. That's pretty good. It's just I don't know. What else is there to say, really? The play calling in the second half was potentially the worst play calling I've ever seen. So KOC needs to figure that out, maybe hand down the play calling duties, but yeah, I mean, there's really no hope right now for them to actually go on a run and make the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm looking at the stats right now, and there's just literally nothing that sticks out. I mean, Kirk Cousins had 181 yards.
Neil Hunter's playing like a dang dog though.
Yeah,
He's good.
yeah. The leading receiver was Hawkinson with 50. Alexander Madison was leading rusher with 44 yards. Like there's
Yeah,
just
he's
nothing.
awful too.
Yeah,
And Cam Akers comes in for a few plays, and Cam Akers looks actually pretty dang good. I do not know why we're not using him more, but
time to get Kene Nwangu in the game.
yeah, I don't know. It's let's see what type of draft pick we can get type of year. I think I don't know.
Yeah, 2-4 right now. And then what do we have? We have the 49ers coming up. That's a loss. I don't
You
think
never
we
know.
can-
It depends on if McCaffrey's out.
Yeah. Yeah.
If the Vikings actually played to the level they could, it would be a good game. But I don't think it is.
I don't see him winning. And then the Packers after that. I mean,
Packers aren't good.
they're not good either. But
Honestly,
the Vikings.
the second half would be completely gettable if it was the team from last season.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Second half of the season is the schedule's fairly easy.
yep,
But
I don't know. I
don't know. I don't see us making the turn like unless they change something. Like being an Iowa State fan, like Bryant knows after that Ohio game they lost and they completely revamped the offense but I just don't see an NFL team doing that.
It would help if
No.
it would help if they didn't have a negative. Was it -9 or -8 turnover differential? That would be a big thing.
Yeah.
But just all the drops. It's again Madison with a couple important drops, and yeah, it's the whole team. It's not just a couple players. It's everybody.
Yeah, let's see. Let me look at their
The defense actually looks decent though. The defense is playing a lot better.
Yeah, we've 13 fumbles now. 9 lost. And that was our 6th game, so we're a third of the way through the season, so 39 fumbles basically is what we're on pace for. I mean, we went over this last week. we're not going to get to 56 or whatever it was, the NFL record. So
No, but we're really trying hard.
yeah.
Anyway, they won. They beat the Bears. The Bears suck. They might be. Well, they're probably not the worst team, but they're up there.
There we are. Yep. That's Taylor Swift walking into Travis Kelce's house.
Well, I think it's more these plants in the fucking sink that's staring. I'm sorry. I know we're trying to talk Vikings, but like, my computer has been loading so long and I'm freezing because I was trying to pull up this fucking meme. I'm sorry.
That's really funny.
Oh, fuck.
That's all right. There's no point in talking about depressing things anymore. We can go to.
I feel like I'm terrible for this, but I feel like Hawkeye fans right now. We suck so bad, but we won, and I'm going to be depressed about winning. So
yeah, we will have to start using that meme. Just like we're gonna have to like just start making them. I don't even know what like the context is. Just like. It's like when you're Justin Fields and all your receivers are gone or something. Just looking into what the fuck I have to deal with here.
Yep. When you realize Kirk Ferentz's son is coming back as OC.
Oh shit.
Don Play's in the chat. Shout out to Don Play.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Loyal follower.
Sorry, I was going to be mean. I was going to say Justin Jefferson when Kirk Cousins isn't there next year. What the fuck is the... Who the hell's throwing me the ball?
You know, and the sad thing is I truly believe that we would sell our team basically to, get rid of every first-round pick if we could to get Caleb Williams or somebody, But the first 2 picks are owned by Chicago. So Chicago's not going to trade to us.
Dude.
I don't know, though. Like, Caleb Williams is the only time he faces any defense with a pulse. Like, I know he won the Heisman last year, but like I said, first defense he faces with a pulse this weekend. Look what happens.
Well, I'm not saying specifically Caleb, but somebody, somebody who would.
But that's just everybody's like, oh, suck for Caleb. Like he's going to be the number 1 overall pick. It's like, ugh, I don't know.
Kiss it down your leg for what's his name out of Washington.
Speaking of Caleb Williams, I want to ask you this question. So like I try not to be a party pooper during college football, and I like kids that are storming the field because I've done some storm fielding of my own. Notre Dame upset USC, and that is an upset, and they're storming the field. And this kid, I saw this just Notre Dame douchebag just sprint up and like shirtless, like clearly like he had a motive, but he was sprinting with a purpose onto the field and runs straight up to Williams and goes, it goes, hey, what do your nails say now? Or something about because he paints his fingernails, right? And like, I don't particularly like that. I could kind of care less. But like, do you guys agree? Like, if someone like storms the field and they intentionally run into a player or they start taunting in their face to media after a loss, it's okay for the player to punch someone in the face, right?
I'd agree.
I think if you go up to someone at their most distraught and down in the dumps, like worst moment, and you say, ha ha, fuck you, I think assault should be allowed for 5 seconds. Because 5 seconds is a lot for an athlete that size and that can beat the shit out of you. I think that should be legal because it's just like, dude, like you already stormed the field, you already won, and then you're trying to go and make someone else like someone that's going to make more money than you ever seen in your life, by the way. You have to try and get in their face in that moment. I just wanted to allow it just because it's like, is anyone going to be mad? It's like this poor white little Notre Dame student that ran straight up to a athlete and said, ha ha, fuck you or something. I think that'd be worth it.
That's the best part too, is that Notre Dame student. That's going to be the highlight of his life, the day that he told Caleb Williams, F you.
Yeah.
And Caleb's like, okay, I've got to get ready for possible playoff position. And okay, I've got to get, possible day, pick one for the draft and then all that. And this guy's like, I told the number 1 draft pick, F you.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, congrats, man. I don't know. That one, it just riled me up on Saturday night. It's like, come on, man. Like, you got the win, and then you kind of just sullied it. Everyone was happy Notre Dame won, because it's not like Notre Dame ever does anything in the playoffs, to be honest. Yeah, So just have your moment, and then some kids soiled it.
Hey, Bryant, are you reading the chats?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I did.
Bryant has messed with so many things for his camera.
Oh, there we go. I had one more lighting. I had one more.
You really need to buy
So
one of
we
those
go.
ring lights. Come on.
Yeah.
No, we figured it out. It's because this white space behind me, my wall, like it like pulls the light back there instead of my face. Like we were messing around with it. Sorry, I don't want to bore people, but like we were messing around with it. It changes the color once I have something like right here.
So it
All of a sudden,
looks like you're setting the mood in there on the pod.
Nah, it doesn't
Yeah.
work. It was a red can last time, but so anyway, so again, can the Vikings, and you might have already discussed it, can they just win by more than one
No,
possession
they
ever in their
can't.
life?
They absolutely cannot.
It's illegal.
No.
Okay.
They should have. Like I said, the play calling the second half was just atrocious. Absolutely just terrible, where it was like, okay, let's do everything we can to go 3-0.
But that's kind of honestly, Campbell does the same thing. It is a good feeling that it sucks in the moment. You're always a one possession game. The good news is you're never out of a game either. Like you're just always consistently accelerated heartbeat because you can never just outright win.
Just no stress-free wins.
Yeah. Well, let's talk the best franchise in the NFL going up against the Chiefs this last week or this last Thursday night.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the Eagles or something.
No, the Broncos. Broncos are the best franchise.
Yeah. If you want to know how much this game, I'll be honest, it was one of those half. I texted these guys on Sunday. Like for some reason, if you ask any Chiefs fan, I think there's like everything was stacking up too good. Like we haven't had the greatest season up until we're 5-1, but like not an easy like Mahomes, and we have 45 points. We're winning defensively this year, but like the short week, the Broncos have nothing to lose, and you have like a 16-game losing streak. Everything was stacking up like this is the year where they just pull it out of their ass, and they didn't. You know, the Broncos still suck. Russ is getting better, but I mean, we're still 5-1 right now, and we have the highest point differential in the Mahomes era through 6 games. We're just doing it differently now. You know, we're winning with defense. So
Defense is looking a lot better than last season.
It's a couple things. I mean, you do have your all-star and Chris Jones, which out of nowhere, you know, bravo for that guy. We always said lack of effort, and is he really going to, you know, to get his max incentive, he has to hit 15 sacks in 16 games. He's on a pace for more than that. He's getting a sack a game right now. So,
well, I think
you know, that's the.
Didn't I send a text in the group chat that night about once there was a play where he got into the backfield and just had a easy path to the quarterback, and once Russ sidestepped him, you could just tell he was just like, "Fuck it." He just stood there, like he just kind of turned around and like looked at the play, like he didn't try at all.
He has like his have been more blatant in the past, but that one I did remember that one, and it's just like, well, you know what? It's again, it sounds bad. It's kind of like the Broncos. You know, it's like it's the Broncos. We can get away with it. You know, we're doing all this without. Sorry, I want to make sure I get it. Charles Ominahu. I'm probably said that wrong. I apologize, but he's supposed to be the. You know, Frank Clark was kind of our DN last year, on top of the Karlaftis and FAU that we've had. The rookies that are coming up, we're getting a defensive end that is supposed to be helping Charles in these situations, or I'm sorry, in Chris Jones in these situations. So sadly, our defense is only going to get better. Nick Bolton and Leo Chanel, he's been off the charts. He's been better than what we expected. And I think when we drafted these DBs, it's, you know, we think they're going to be serviceable. We got a couple that are kind of, I won't say the best pair in the NFL, but I think you could make arguments, you know, with Trent McDuffie, you know, on being up there. You know, I'm going to let people who actually know the subject argue it more than me, but, you know, the defense has just been lights out. And it's just, honestly, thank God, because right now we need to trade for some wide receiver, because no one in 6 weeks has proven they want to be or can be a proven number one wide receiver. They all have speed. They're all on the smaller side, and honestly, get me McCole Hardman back. Get me that guy that has that little bit of a breakaway speed, because no one quite has that. They're all small, they're all shifty, but they're not the Tyreek Hill who can just break away.
Is this rookie from SMU? Rice.
Rasheed Rice?
Yes. Is he supposed to be good? Like, I mean, he's a second round pick, right?
He was the one. He was the one that Mahomes liked in the draft, but he couldn't. But he didn't say it, so it was like, oh, Mahomes is being sneaky. With not saying who he wants. By the way, this is Mahomes when he had to look at the receivers he has to throw to. I'm just pulling up a picture here quick. That's Mahomes. That's my wide receiver crew.
That's Mahomes when he rolls up to fall camp.
Yeah. You even have the camera in there to simulate fall camp.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we need something. You know what? I always see all these like tweets, and it just like all these hypothetical situations are like, you know what? I think the Chiefs should just they should just save Kyle Pitts, and they should just trade the Falcons for him. Like the Falcons would get rid of the guy. You know. I don't know. The offense is playing good enough for what they need to do. Defense has been amazing. Broncos still suck. Broncos country.
Let's ride. Now, here's, you say Pitts to Steelers should get rid of Pitts, just send him to Atlanta. But, like, is he better than Desmond Ridder?
Mahomes?
No. Pitts. Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah. Trade for Kyle Pitts.
The tight end. Yeah, I gotcha. But I thought you were saying.
Okay,
I thought you were saying send their quarterback there. I'm like,
no. I don't know.
Is he better?
It's that everyone talks about Mike Evans the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Honestly, the more we get into this, it's like DeAndre Hopkins. What were you thinking going to the Titans, man?
Yeah.
You could have just taken slightly less money and been on the winning team and probably been the difference maker. And I can't get mad at a guy for wanting to go after a few extra bucks, but it's like, at what point when you've been on the Texans for, a majority of a decade, then you go to the Cardinals, you're in the twilight of your career. You've been on two of the shittiest franchises in NFL history, and you have the opportunity to get traded or sign on with right now the greatest quarterback in the league in recent history, and you go, I want to play with Ryan Tannehill.
He's going to go to the 49ers?
Yeah. Well, they got too many weapons.
Yeah.
The league would say it's unfair.
Yeah.
They'd veto the trade like Chris Paul to the Lakers back in the day.
You think like DeAndre Hopkins would look at that and go, man, that really didn't work out for Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, it's just so much like, again, and that's just kind of greed, man. That's life. You get a little too greedy, and look what happens. You end up in you can go to Broadway, I guess, every weekend, but I mean, I think Nashville would get a little old after a while, especially when you're losing all the time.
Bachelorette party capital of the world.
Yeah.
Wasn't part of their pitch, I think they said that Tim McGraw was there during the pitch to try to get Hopkins there. It's like
I can't. Is this a joke or is this true?
I feel like it's serious.
I didn't even deny it. Yeah, that sounds.
That was one of those things that could go either way here. Like, I'm going to totally believe this if it's true, or think it's hilarious if it's a joke.
Yeah, no, looks like it's true.
Oh my.
Yeah. Who would be the local celebrity that you need to bring in to sign the big Vikings?
The best local Prince impersonator.
Yeah. R.I.P.
I was gonna say the cast of Kirby Puckett. They bring that in.
That was so funny in the chat when you said that.
I swear, like, in case we didn't explain it earlier, like, we were trying to think of like some celebrity a few weeks ago. I was like, why don't they bring, like, it was playoff baseball, and they brought in an all-star football player. I was like, why don't the Twins do this and bring in like Kirby Puckett? Yeah. Why doesn't Kirby Puckett go to the Vikings game and hype the crowd up? And they're like, well, because he died like a
I suppose they can put the casket up by the Gallahorn.
Yeah.
Great idea, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's got like a smidge of like win it for the Gipper, win it for the Puckett or something. You know, I think if you brought in the casket of the casket of Kirby Puckett, you could sign some big free
I
agents.
think so.
Offer him a
That's-
little less money and about a dozen juicy Lucy's.
That is
Mhm.
going big time. I
Yeah.
don't know, for Minnesota, who would it be? Does Minnesota really have any
And,
good celebrities anymore?
I
If you
mean,
sign with us, we'll also
Tom
give you a
Lehman?
$500 gift card to the Mall of America.
whoa.
Cannot be spent in the food court though. Has to be stores
I
only.
think at that point you're like, oh, it's Minnesota. We need to bring in Randy Moss to help recruit.
Yeah.
You know what? With all these athletes that are becoming head coaches, why didn't Randy Moss just become the head coach at Marshall? Just whoever the coach is, no matter how good he's doing, just fuck it, bring in Randy Moss, and he can resurrect the herd.
I bet he could blow a 29-0 lead as good as the rest of them.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my.
Yeah, Trent, how are you feeling about after Sanders
Terrible.
or after
I feel
they lost?
awful for
Yeah.
one reason. I didn't
Why?
get to witness it because I went to bed at halftime and it was 29-0.
You and everyone else in America, man.
I was tired. It was on a Friday night. I mean, it's
I know-
past my bedtime. The game didn't even start till 9.
I know I've said it to
God,
you
you're starting to
guys.
sound like fucking Dion now.
I know I said it to you guys, but the first 2 weeks is a pretty fun thing. But boy, they really got under my skin quickly. And it's just like, it's kind of fun to see you guys just blow this crap.
Yeah. So, you want to know how bad it's been or how like a blatant it's been, Ryan? SNL did a skit with him in it. They had Keenan. They had oh my god,
Keenan
Keenan
Thompson.
Thompson,
Yep.
who's in his 17th season with SNL. He did a Deion Sanders sketch, and I'll be honest, it was actually pretty
It
legit.
was hilarious.
It was all his mannerisms and how he
Yeah.
speaks and never says anything negative. Like it was to a T.
I'll have to check it
Yeah,
out.
but-
You can't win them all.
Um,
What about Georgia and Ohio State
they're
and
good.
Michigan?
Yep.
Yeah, but name one more. Yeah, well, what about Florida State? Yeah, but name one
Three
more.
Yeah.
Well, Oklahoma. Oh yeah, but one more.
Oh, boy. It was funny, and like most coaches do it, because and again, it's kind of like when you're asking these athletes after a huge loss, it's like, so how do you feel after throwing that game-losing interception? Like what do you think? It's like he was given the press conference. I stayed up till like 2:30, man, with hate in my heart, and I loved it because it was like these reporters were going. So Dion, in order to get better and he would not let anyone finish their questions. So Dion, do you think we could? How are you going to get better in the fight? We are going to get better. That's what we got to do here, man. We got to get better. And they go, we'll get better because you have the bye win. Yeah, we're going to get better in the bye win. And it's like, dude, like,
Did he have
And then
Did he have anything about his son posting his apparel on Instagram during halftime?
didn't seem to quite get to that. I mean, if you post that in a blowout, if they win that game 58-0, that would be the biggest baller move ever. And I will agree with that. I don't even particularly like it, but it's like, you got to admit that's pretty fucking legit. Like, hey, I'm smoking their asses and now I'm making money legally through this. But you lose 46-43 in double overtime because one kid on Stanford had 300 yards receiving. No one's going to buy your $100 hoodie now, dude.
How many people do you think did before the end of the game, and then they're like, "Oh, I shouldn't have done that."
Oh, I mean, enough that would make you sick at how much money he just
Good
made.
for those people. Feel
27 people.
Feel terrible for you right now.
I mean, realistically, you're selling a $100 hoodie. There's only a limited amount of people that would, one, think he's the best quarterback, two, have the disposable income, and then three, be on his Instagram and want to buy it. It's got to be teens to, below 30.
The problem is he's way better at marketing himself as a celebrity than a lot of other quarterbacks in the league. I mean, look at him compared to Bo Nix or Penix or anybody else who's going to be a top 5 draft pick. They don't market themselves like he does because they could care less about the whole celebrity thing.
Yeah. See, Penix does this stupid thing where he lets his playing do his talking
Yeah.
and he wins his games. And Shador goes, hey, look at this watch. It's definitely not daddy's money. Don't worry. I mean, trust me. I know he's got NIL money. He had money before that. It's
Or was it Hunter?
you,
Hunter that goes and streams video games instead of going to the game with the team.
yeah. Hey, he's always on that grind, dude. I respect it now. I've come around on him. Trust me, I watched about half of a Colorado game. I was like, no wonder fucking Travis turned this garbage off. I'd be mad too if I had to watch my teammates pissing opportunities down their leg. You know,
AJ Dillon playing Farm Simulator, streaming it.
Yes, thank you. I meant to bring that up. That is the funniest. Like, it's like people are like, "This is AJ Dillon." 12 hours before he scores me 3 points in fantasy, and it's just him.
Yeah, just there combining a field.
Clark needs to invite him on his YouTube channel to stream with him.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
I know Clark's been known to play some Farming Simulator. I've watched him do it on there.
I've played Farming Simulator back in the day. That's fun time.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
I'm just pretty excited for Shedeur to be Mahomes' backup for a few years before he takes over and Alex Smith's his ass.
Hey, sorry, I've been pulling up the Farming Simulator photo for anyone that might not have seen it. I'm just gonna ignore that Shedeur. You saying even Shedeur would get close to the Chiefs? They're stupid ass had to, man. Like, you can't do that and then post sub 10 points in fantasy. I'm sorry. That's just this is like, honestly, you know who we haven't seen streaming video games? Kyler Murray. That's kind of really shut down real quick now that he doesn't have his starting job. It was from injury, but like he's kind of been quiet.
Is he ever going to be allowed to be starting again?
I mean, would he be better than Josh Dobbs? I don't think so either.
I mean, it's kind of unfair too. They've given him aging weapons. It's like, well, make Zach Ertz work. Is it Ertz? Yeah, Zach Ertz. Yeah. Make Zach Ertz work. He's like, but he's not here half the time. Well, we gave you AJ Green with half a leg. Let's go, man. Like, I've come around and given that guy a little slack too. It's fun to hate on him, but it's like, also this kid, you gave him the fucking half the tools and said build a shed.
We give you David Johnson. He had one good season. Come on.
You and I grad David Johnson.
Yeah, he had a monster game versus Iowa State that year.
Fucking who doesn't have the monster game?
True.
Ohio had their monster game versus Iowa State.
Making average quarterbacks look like Heisman contenders.
I sense some unhappiness among you guys.
We made Cade McNamara look fucking relevant for a game. That's how bad we like. God damn. Anyway.
We'll go.
Did you guys see?
We'll get into that on Wednesday.
And there's amateur hour.
Yeah.
Did you see Dak Prescott ran for a touchdown in this game tonight that's playing right now?
Yeah, I did see that. I was watching it when that happened.
That was the longest run of his career. 18 yards.
Really? What is stinker of a game?
Is that not insane? Peyton Manning has longer rushes. And Peyton Manning was the slowest quarterback in history.
Isn't Dak known as a scrambling quarterback too?
No, I mean, he's kind of more of a pocket passer. Longest touchdown run. Peyton Manning's longest rush. 33 yards. He damn near doubled Dak's longest. Like, I understand they're both like, I mean, you would think at just some point naturally, like, because of how good the Cowboys line is, and no offense, as many times as the Cowboys are behind in games or they have to like come back, they're like kind of the new Chargers. You'd think with like the parting of the Red Sea of this with this great line he used to have, you'd think that he'd be able to rush for 33 yards at some point.
Well, that and he's been in the NFC East his whole career, and they have.
Well, I guess they do have a little bit more defense, but
so that was his longest rush of his career for 18 yards.
Yeah, do you know what the longest rush in Eli Manning's career was?
Ooh, 35.
23. Oh, sorry. I was kind of rhetorical. 23. Like, he just...
Now, wasn't it the Cowboys last year, the year before in the playoffs, that he scrambled and then got down and they ran out of time and they were trying to get in to kick a field goal? I feel like that was a longer run. God, maybe it wasn't.
I guess not.
And like if he'd have like got down earlier, they could have kicked the field goal, but they didn't have enough time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what Kirk Cousins' longest rush is?
60.
Ooh.
29.
Oh.
Longer.
Brett Favre.
Over under 30. Got to be
Under.
under 20.
Higher. 27.
25. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, it's kind of insane that like I'm just a little shocked that it's that short of a rush, 18 yards, and for a TD too.
I agree with you.
I'd agree.
So
Lucky the goal line got in the way, or it would have been longer.
yeah, damn goal line. Come on.
After this week, no remaining undefeated teams. The 1972 Miami Dolphins popping bottles today.
Yes. I was honestly shocked at that that both teams, like usually it's like, and it's the one remaining. Everyone has a defeat, and it's only week 6. And how they lost too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 49ers with a missed field goal, and the Jets beating the Eagles.
Hold on, I got a meme for you guys. When Jalen Hurts has to do something more than rush for 1 yard behind a Hall of Fame center. Let's see here. This is the look he gives. Wait, you mean I have to pass the ball now?
Is that
to not A.J. Brown?
Is that the secret to beat Philadelphia? Is keep them from and one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No tush push.
Seriously. Like I'm obviously going to be a big jealous hater because Hurts is the new hot item and Mahomes isn't. But it's like, is this not getting old that like 4th and 1 they just do the same thing and they're starting to get injured players on the Giants and everyone's just like, well, they need to quit being pussies. It's like, well, how about someone chucks Jalen Hurts down or pulls him down by his face mask and says, quit being a pussy because I only threw you down once. So it was only one injury. Like, I mean, I'm sorry. I don't know if it needs to be outlawed, but it is just garbage football, man.
Mm-hmm.
If I wanted to watch rugby, I could watch rugby, but I don't.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Wasn't it? It didn't used to be illegal to push the quarterback on those.
I think so. Well, I know in like college it's illegal to push the
running back. I feel like something like that was illegal, and now it's.
I don't know. Something's changed. I guarantee they're going to change it this year. And like, I know on Kelsey's podcast they talk about, well, they're going to outlaw it because people are faking injuries. It's like, well, I'll be honest, like. They've outlawed everything else. The thing is, I think if I'm going to make an argument why they need to outlaw it, there are so many rules against the defense. Can we have one thing that goes against the offense? It's
yeah.
I don't know. Like you saw, I mean, I saw Kirk Cousins wasn't able to do the couple. I think he converted like one of the tush push 4th and 1s, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like we understand that. That it's one team has specialized it. That doesn't mean that because it's not the Chiefs or it's not the Niners we shouldn't touch them now. It's I don't know. I think it's just fucking stupid. But after this year, once Kelsey retires for them, they can keep trying, I guess. Also here's the other thing on tush push. They are false starting every single tush push. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
That left guard starts early every single time, and they never call it. And notice how no one cries online that that's a missed call. I guess because the jerseys are teal and not red. Because I just want to be angry now.
So I was gonna. You sent the text this morning about the Bears or the Giants and the Bills last night.
Yeah,
I read that like a Trump tweet, and I was laughing my ass off because it is totally something that Trump would tweet. The level of
weird
losers. I'm just like, I read that in Trump's voice, and I'm like, yep.
Weird how it isn't talked about how much some of the penalties though. Yeah, I can see that. I just need to put sad at the end of it.
Yeah.
Sad exclamation point.
Crooked NFL refs.
Yeah, I'll be honest, they have been kind of straight up garbage this year. I haven't seen like one like that was a well called everyone. got the exact penalties they needed. There's always just something, I don't know, drama related, it feels like.
I feel like last year we were saying the same thing. And I was
Yeah.
hoping, over an off season that things could maybe get better where they're like, okay, we had a lot of complaints about the refing this year, and it's like, no, we're gonna actually double down on this
Yeah,
shit.
I feel like it just gets worse every year. Just a little bit worse every year. A little bit worse.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just gonna double down on it.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's not a job I'd want.
No.
You know, I think we're going to see in the near future, though, especially with the money that's getting in there with gambling. I think we're going to start seeing some like either statement. I don't think they're going to do full interviews because you don't want to have their faces or whatever. But like, I think they're going to have some statements on like, excuse me, we need explanations on certain calls that swayed the Vegas line, especially if the right people lose enough money.
The NFL needs to employ them. And they
Yeah,
just
I
need to be
do not understand why they
full-time
aren't employees.
NFL employees. Like, he doesn't also need to be a lawyer 5 days a week and then go ref this game
Yeah.
on Sunday. It's like they need to, that's their job. They focus on
Yeah.
being a ref.
You need, I mean, and like, I don't know how many there would be, but hey, $100,000 a year. You're going to be an NFL ref, and during the week, you're going to get your here's where all of our, here's the poorly graded games. What was the mistakes made? How do we correct this? There's got to be something, man, because it just, I agree. It seems like, how do they take this long? It's not even like the rules are drastically changing year after year.
No.
That they've just that the game's getting faster because they're bigger, stronger, faster, and
yeah, and then the refs. I mean, they've got this command center in New York. They're watching the game live time, and they're in their ear, and they're there to help them as well. And they're still getting this stuff wrong.
But the problem is they're just as stupid. Who did Fox have on the Vikings game this last week?
Dean Blandino.
Yeah, trying to describe why this backwards throw by Kirk, which was a stupid throw, but it got kicked out of bounds before it was recovered. And Blandino's trying to talk about how this, should still be a fumble and go to Chicago. And it's like, dude, look at the film. It's so easy to tell. Anybody can tell, but this guy who's a retired lead ref is saying elsewise. And it's just, you guys are just as stupid as the rest.
I don't think Blandino's that great. No. There's been a lot of
either
calls
is who's the other one?
Clearly, it's
who's the other? Mike Pereira.
Mike Pereira, yeah.
Mike Pereira is just as bad.
I think if I had to like choose Pereira or Blandino, I'd choose Pereira.
I wouldn't choose either one. I would
think
choose
it's amazing
the comet that falls into them.
I think it's amazing how many times they cut to those guys and like they're watching it, seeing the same angles as the referees on the field, and they're like, and it's blatantly, I was like, yep, this is getting overturned. That's a fumble or whatever. And then like the refs calling the field stands, and they're just totally wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get, this is one thing, and maybe I'm very stupid. I wish we had some smarter friends to correct me. But when you're doing a broadcast like that, it's like, and maybe it's the rules, but like they always do one, they do one camera angle at a time. But like on television, we have the technology. Can they not splice and start these cameras at the exact same time? So here's the side angle of a player going down, but then here's the overhead angle where we're seeing when it's, you know what I'm saying, when it's crossing the plane. Like sometimes it's like we need a two angles at the same time because you can make a call one way or another, but it's going to be wrong if you have half of the equation in front of you. You know,
just like
I don't get how they can't play the video at the same time.
It's just like an X-ray. Just like an X-ray, you got to have that two separate 90-degree angles. See that break? Come on, everybody knows that.
I mean, X-rays and NFL plays. Those are the two things that we need multiple angles at.
Hire me, NFL.
And Brazzers.
Come on.
Multiple angles. I don't want manhole angle the whole time. Let's switch it up a little bit, you know? Let's get a side profile for once. Come on.
Speaking of, I think it would be sweet to be an X-ray tech for like one of the NFL teams. We found it one time. There's a website out there that is like all the NFL healthcare and like that kind of jobs. So you'd be like the Chiefs X-ray tech, and you'd just be at the stadium on Sundays. I'm like, that would be awesome.
it was that like remember back in the day, like after 9/11, when like anyone could just bid for the contracts for the U.S. government. Shit, I think you still can, but it's like, do you want to supply 100 million rounds of ammunition, and that's like the whole War Dogs movie? Is that how the NFL does it? Hey, do you want to do you want to be contracted through us? You provide what the cheapest rate is for an X-ray tech, and we'll bring you on to the
I
Vikings.
doubt they pay you the cheapest rate.
Mhm. Well, yeah, I guess it depends. Well, if the Chargers will pay you the cheapest rate, because I'm going to tell you they have the worst health, or they have the worst medical staff I've ever seen in any professional organization. Every single year they have season-ending injuries, and they cannot just do anything right. It seems
I
like.
bet they have one of the nicest imaging facilities inside an NFL stadium, though, in that new stadium.
Is that what Miami did last year with neurologists? Is hired the cheapest neurologist?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, his brain's not quite soup for brains yet. All right, let's get him out there for another week. Let's see what happens.
His eyes are cross-eyed and you can't walk in a straight line. Oh shit! Hey, can you still walk? Well, yeah, but not a straight line. Good enough. Get him on the field.
Yep.
You ever seen another teen movie where it's like what it was like the number of concussions before Bobby Ray died
Yeah.
on the scoreboard? That was Tua last year. Just how many more? Golly.
Do we have any more NFL talk, or Bryant, do we need to get into your topic here? Because this is the Seinfeld pod. We just talk about the most random stuff we can think about.
Podcast about nothing.
Are wins a QB stat? Because I got to figure out with all the Purdy haters, they didn't want to give him credit for the 10 wins in a row. And this is like TikToks that I'm seeing there piss me off. It's like, because again, when he was down, his left tackle stayed in, he was down his top receiver, top running back, and drove him down in a kicker misses the 41-yard field goal, misses it wide right.
You're
like, I just want to make sure it's like, if you're going to hate on wins aren't a QB stat, and that's fine, but then you can't put the whole loss on him then. Or if you give him all the wins, then you can put the loss on him. That's fine. That's always been a big topic. I know even on the NFL shows, is a win a QB stat?
You're asking that to a Kirk Cousins Vikings fan, where if he wins, it's because the Vikings won. If they lose, it's because Kirk Cousins lost it for them. Like
exactly.
And that's
every game.
I saw the same things. It's like Purdy just literally won 10 regular season games in a row.
Yeah. He loses,
and then they lose once. And, those 10 games, I mean, you could put, God, why can't I think of his name?
Mac
Jones in that system, and he's just as good. Or, it's everybody around him. He's got a good team. That's why. And then they lose.
Yeah.
Purdy's fault.
I mean, Mac Jones has all the starters and still can't win a game, let alone his backup, running back, top wide receiver, top receiver. That is always the funny. Like,
did Kittle get hurt? He had one catch for like 2 yards.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, and again, the shitty thing is like, quit taking away from the Browns defense. They are just good. Yeah. Purdy is good, but the Browns defense, I mean, we saw versus the Titans, Myles Garrett was going back and forth, and they kept shifting They kept shifting their tight ends before they had to call timeout because they had to block them. They are a good team,
Are they better without
led
Deshaun?
by a sexual assaulter, but they are a good team nonetheless.
Are they better without the supposed assaulter?
Who do they have? Tyrod Taylor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, PJ Fleck.
The Giants. PJ Fleck.
PJ Fleck.
PJ Fleck.
PJ Fleck's Minnesota coach.
Row the boat, man.
PJ who?
Walker.
PJ Walker. I knew it was PJ. It's the same freaking person.
Pajamas Walker is his formal name.
Pajamas. What's PJ Flex? Peanut butter jelly?
Peanut butter.
Pajamas Fleck.
Oh, I thought it was peanut butter jelly.
See, if game day ever went to Minnesota, I think that'd be worth driving up there for that sign that says PJ Flex, formal name is Pajamas. I think that would get you on television.
So too. Who's a bigger snake oil salesman, him or Dion?
Dion.
Yeah, I mean, because this is the thing, and I read an article on it today. Yeah, you get all these transfers in this year that made you good. Now, no offense, what happens when these kids don't turn out how you think they're going to be? They can't transfer a second time without sitting for a year. Now you're stuck with kids that are just kind of there now, and you can't force them out. Now you have to actually coach. You can't just, he's going to have plenty of room to bring in some top freshmen recruiting and the top caliber transporter. We do know that, but it's just like, what if you bring in that one swag kid and all of a sudden he isn't as good as what you think? All of a sudden you just have a roster spot taken by someone that transferred in immediately.
Yeah, and a lot of times these freshmen that are coming in, I mean, granted, he's going to get good recruits as freshmen. In Division I big boy football, freshmen, a lot of times it takes them a year or two to develop. Like, they're not going to come in and just be big-bodied Division I Power 5 guys that are going to dominate right away.
I'm surprised how well Caden Proctor, I don't know if he's got like bad stats or not. I mean, you're starting SEC football, dude, as a true freshman, and you're starting left tackle for Nick Saban. That's insane, man. So, I don't know. No, that was the only thing. I think we had to bring up Purdy as much as we don't want to gargle on him too much. I mean, we got to point out when he loses, man.
Yep. Yeah. We'll see. Is it Monday night or Sunday night football next week?
Monday
Vikings
night,
and 49ers. Monday?
Yeah.
All right.
But, I mean, again, that's where it's like, to the haters' point, he didn't elevate him to that top level like he probably needed to.
Yep.
But
he didn't win 100% of his games anymore. He's not good.
Yeah.
You know what they say?
I would say,
you know what they say? Haters gonna hate.
Yep. Just got to shake it off. Shake it off. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So, did we want to get into my discussion on like decorum? Is that what the next thing we want to talk about?
100%.
So, I had an issue the other day. Let me get the whole thing out. Don't judge off this, but I had an issue in the bathroom the other day where I saw it was like an Iowa State hype video. It doesn't matter what video it is, but I was like wanted to watch a video on the phone, and I was number 2 sitting in the restroom, and someone came in. If someone walks in when you're in the restroom, would you turn your phone off or your music off or a podcast off at that point, or would you let it play? Because kind of in my opinion, it's always that awkward when you're sitting there in silence. Wouldn't you rather have some noise that kind of masks things, or is it rude because it's like on a bus when someone's just listening to music or talking on the phone, with no headphones in it, everyone has to hear the conversation.
I say play that music.
I say I've never been in that situation.
Yeah.
But now you're going to, because you're going to sit there and you go, wait, why can't, like, it's kind of like that you want to hush, hush. I'm in here. No one noticed me. But like, now you're going to go, why can't I listen to a video with volume on or listen to because like, wouldn't you welcome the noise rather than not?
Just to really break the awkwardness, I think you just shit in the urinal.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's... I can't even get through this whole subject without you just turning it disgusting. Yeah,
welcome to the Funcast.
Yeah.
That's where you just sit there and play your favorite Spotify playlist. Have Barbie Girl going on there. Come on.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you got to get something to pump you up too. Really get things going.
Let's get it started.
Who does number 2 work for?
That's right. You tell that turd who's boss. But see, now all of a sudden it's not as crazy, is it? Now you're listening to some pump music, listen to Pulse of the Heartland. I mean, you got plenty of things you can listen to. To drown that sound, because there's nothing more awkward than when you're sitting there and someone else is in there and it is complete silence. I swear there's people that are just sitting there in this. And for 2 minutes, if I'm the one that is the latter person that joins, it goes, can you make some noise or flush or leave? Because I'm trying not to be rude, but I'm not above it either.
I know you're over there.
Yes. I know you're there. I usually do my move to let people know that I'm here, and so you got to do the cough, just or a loud sniff, so they know, okay, he's not just sitting there awkwardly, like my ear against the wall, ready for it. But I think there needs to be a little more sound in there, so it's not as awkward.
You download the poop calculator app, Salary.
Oh,
I've heard of this. I've never really looked for it, but there's an app
mhm.
out there. You put in how much you get paid hourly, and then you like start the timer when you're pooping, and then it like tells you how much money you'd have made on the clock.
Well, okay, so do you guys remember the whole Larry Craig situation?
The what?
Larry
Sorry.
Craig. This was back when I think probably when I was in high school, so a long time ago. The congressman in the Minneapolis airport that would be
Oh,
sitting on
yeah.
the toilet, have his feet going, and try to tap for sex solicitations.
Yep.
What?
That's the
I
move.
do not. I don't know this.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He was
Huh?
arrested
They're
for trying to solicit for sex
dude,
in the bathroom.
remember when we were real country and they had that minor league team come out with the bobblefoot doll for that
No, I
situation?
don't remember that.
Yeah. They came out with a bobblefoot doll.
No, that's funny. I can't believe you never heard that, Trent.
No.
Yeah,
This is
Larry
new.
Craig. Larry
Huh?
Craig.
I'll have to look that up.
I'm pulling it up right now. Very funny St. Paul Saints back in 2008.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so open image a new tab. Sorry, I'm pulling it up right
So,
now.
excuse me, what would he do now?
He would just like tap his feet, trying to be tap his feet under the stall. So if there was somebody
Yeah.
in the next stall, he would put his foot underneath the wall and try
That
to like tap.
that's code for like do you want to blow me? Sorry, not to like be crude, but that's what it is. Is you're tapping hoping it's another gay man that wants to blow you or you blow him, and that's where he got arrested because the cops like, what are you tapping at me for? Get out of here, Buster. You know?
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, now you know.
Now I know. Okay, yeah. That's a great bobblehead now.
So
Okay.
that, so that game that you and I were playing in college, not a good game to play.
when you're tapping your foot and a cop knocks on the door,
Well,
that's that
I mean,
look right there.
yeah. There's Larry. There's Larry.
You both missed. I just pulled Hillary up a third time. That's the
there's Larry Craig realizing there's a cop standing outside your stall.
yeah. Who?
Gosh, that is the perfect meme.
Yeah, I'm going to find a way to reintroduce that into the meme world. I feel like I'm young and hip enough. I can do that.
I feel like that's going to be every week now on this podcast.
Find an old obscure meme.
What is it? Did you guys ever watch Conan?
No.
Yeah, back in the day.
Whenever Paul Rudd was on there, he would, introduce this is my next movie.
Yes.
And he would always have this most random video from a movie from like back in the 80s come on.
Mac and me.
What's that?
Mac and me.
Yes, Mac and me. Always just, and every single time he'd be serious, like, oh yeah, this is the film I'm in, and this is the lead up to it. And then, yeah, here's the clip from Mac and me. Come on.
God, I'm trying to pull up a screenshot of it. It just pulled up the smallest image I've ever seen in my life. Both of them. I'm gonna pull it. Yeah. So you've never seen that, Trent?
No, I've never watched Conan.
It's really
yeah. No, it's like this. It's this kid in a wheelchair that can't set his brakes, falling off a hill, and then he's falling to like into a lake, and then this alien pops up and makes that stupid fucking face, and like every time it's like, and it's when he's like releasing like the biggest rom-com of the summer or Ant-Man, and it's like Marvel's paying a bunch of money like to get the word out on this movie, and he always shows this Mac and me.
Nope, I've never seen this.
Well, don't you feel foolish?
I do. For not watching Conan.
I honestly never watched Conan. I just saw those clips.
What are you, a Leno guy? You think you're too good for Conan?
Actually, I was a Craig Ferguson guy.
Oh God, you and my college roommate were, and he's funny. Like, what an odd choice, man.
He was hilarious, and then his robot Jeff. I loved Jeff.
Yeah. He would actually like. I feel like when he was doing interviews, they kind of had like they lowered their shields a little bit because they realized it was late show and he wasn't as serious, But
very personable.
I don't know. I probably would have before everything said Jay Leno, but the farther and farther they get away with it, Letterman kind of carried.
Mhm.
I feel like feel like he was always he didn't have that annoying laugh. I don't know. You know, you hear about this? You hear about this? Like he just kind of I don't know. I always loved Conan, but if I had to choose one of the big two, it'd probably be Letterman.
Yeah, back in the day, if I had to watch one, it was Letterman. The top 10. Come on.
Yeah, top 10's iconic, better than
Paul Schaefer.
I mean, Paul Schaefer. I'm trying to think. What was Jay Leno's big? Was
He
there
had
like
that-
headlines or something?
Headlines on Monday nights.
Headlines is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Jaywalking.
Jaywalking, yeah. Why can't I think of the
All right.
name of the guy that was Jay Leno's musician, played the guitar?
The black
Kevin
guy.
Eubanks.
Yes, Kevin Eubanks. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin Eubanks and the Tonight Show band, bud.
Okay.
All right, Trent. I can't share it, so somebody else has to share this. This is from last week's discussion.
Click share your screen,
Yep,
and we'll put it up.
Uh-oh.
this got announced.
Walking Dead complete collection.
Yep.
They finally finished the show.
Yeah, that's what we were talking. We talked about that last week about how basically The Walking Dead has completely overstayed their welcome. And right after we talked about it, they announced the complete collection. So Trent, you can get started on it.
I don't think I will. Don't think
All
I
what 100? All what? What did we say? Like 487 episodes or something?
Well, wasn't it like 180 something Walking Dead, and like there's like 170 something Fear the Walking Dead, and then
Yeah, there's like 4 spin-offs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that.
Well, now that I'm glad you brought this up. So I saw on Twitter that today that you want to know how far fetched they're starting to get, because I don't even know who this character, the last one, is, but there's going to be a new legit show. This is the full title: The Walking Dead: Daryl Dixon: The Book of Care. Holy fuck! That's too many colons in one sentence, man. Like just call it The Book of Carol, The Book of Boba Fett, whatever. But like, you don't go Star Wars : the pre-sequel trilogy : The Book of Boba Fett, or whatever. Like you gotta, let's shorten this thing up, man.
That's one series. Just it's too far. It's too far gone. Especially since The Last of Us is out now, and that's a better version of The Walking Dead.
way better, and it won't be long and drawn out.
Well, and I'm sorry, like kind of like vampires back in 2006, 2010, zombies ran their course about a decade ago. You know, like unless there is the new spin, like the video game or whatever, it is. It just run its course, and I know people that love the series. They got through this first 6, 7, 8 seasons, and it's like we're still going on with this. How much longer can we go without a cure?
I was going to say that they ran their course about 3 seasons into The Walking Dead, and then they're still beating that dead horse.
Yeah, I'm just saying. In a sitcom, the will they won't they kiss, hook up, that ends at about season 2. It's like, okay, you got to pull the trigger on if they will or won't, so we can just move on from this major overlying point. Same thing.
Speaking of sitcoms, Friends. You ever watch Friends? Anybody watch that?
No.
Good.
Kind of. I've seen.
I've never watched it, and it is on. And I think it's just a terrible show, not funny, and it is on in our break room every day at lunch. Every day.
I will go and I'll go on the record and say there are some funny episodes from what I've watched. I will also say that it is the most overrated TV show on the planet.
Thank you. And yeah, like if you turn it from that in our break room, people are upset. I'm like, have you not seen this episode 86 times? Like,
Well,
do you need to
that's
see
fair,
it
though.
an 87th time?
Yeah, with The Office, I do.
But at least that's funny. Like, Friends, TBS, go watch it. It's Friends literally all day.
Nick at Night every night.
Okay.
When I worked in a warehouse, every single day I'd take lunch at the same time, and every single day I was stuck with either watching Ellen Show or Let's Make a Deal, and I don't know which one is worse, because either one, is Ellen between screaming at her staff, sitting there dancing and having a stupid faux happy interview, or you have to deal with Wayne Brady, deal with people wearing costumes for prizes that aren't worth making an ass of yourself in a bacon costume. There's a wife and husband. They're like, she's eggs, I'm bacon. Whoa! And it's like, you want to win this Casio watch, retail $140? Like, ah! They're like acting like they've never seen this stuff that they could very easily afford in a store.
I would rather watch the blank TV screen. Just turn it off.
I'd stare at this wall.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
No.
that's right. I just put something on my phone, and I'm like, guys, this is. I'm listening. I'm watching Pulse of the Heartland from last night. This is way funnier than what's up there.
Mhm.
There you go. Nice plug. If you do have a show that you do, like, I'll be honest, like, just download Pluto TV for free, no free ads, but I can just watch like Price is Right and Wheel of Fortune for like hours on end.
Free
Every episode ever for free.
free V.
No, on Pluto
No,
TV.
but free V.
Oh, free V.
So I've come across it on my Fire Stick, and free V. You can just watch Price is Right, the Bob Barker years, and it's like Price is Right from 1986. And they're great.
Yeah, you want to know how old those shows are? It's like, guess the price of this car, and there's 4 numbers. You're like, whoa, holy shit, how old is this? Bob's got brown hair, and the car costs less than $10,000.
Brand new car, $7,999 retail value.
Right now, I think the cheapest car for Chevy is that new Trax are coming out for $26,000. That's the cheapest car.
Yeah, base model.
I remember when I was looking for my first car, and I was like, $3,000? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. You know what $3,000 will get you now? A piece of shit truck that someone should have got rid of 20 years ago, but it's all rusted out, but it can still haul technically. So
a Geo Metro with 200,000 miles on it.
Yeah. I had a buddy. We would it was me, another husky friend, and a smaller friend. We had about 500, 600 pounds of man in this Geo Metro. And if it was wintertime, we couldn't have him drive to practice because like we might get stuck if we don't keep momentum going in this little fucking car here, man.
Oh, that weight, that's traction. Come on.
No, but it was
you don't have to put sandbags in the trunk.
Well, we had to put. I guess we didn't put our fat asses enough in the front. I can't remember if it was front or back wheel drive, but like we didn't have the weight distribution correct because my fat ass was in the back and his fat ass was in the front, and it just kind of evened out, and then that thing just stayed in one spot on its 14-inch rims, Golly. I have to look up these. How much do you think a Geo Metro costs right now?
Are you going to Carvana? Are there any even on there?
I'm just looking up Geo Metro for sale.
Oh my God. If they're over $3,000, that's a crime.
Oh, damn it. It's just pulling up the parts for it. I guess you can't look up Geo Metros in sale on Google.
What?
I don't know. Don't blame me. I'm just
You have to go to the shopping tab.
Holy shit! What did you say? You thought the price for the 1990 Geo Metro was?
I said if it's over $3,000, that's a crime.
Well, you're cheap because the cheapest one I see is $4,000.
Oh my God!
For one in Van Meter, it only has 90,000 miles on it, dude.
Ooh, that thing's pristine.
Oh my God! Look at this one. Hold on, let me share this here.
Yeah, this is like the parents are like, hey, everyone our age, you should just buy real estate. Like, this is going to be our kids tell us, well, you should have just bought more cars back in the day, Dad, because you could have been a millionaire. 1992. What's that sale price on that?
$5,000. Look at it. It's a convertible.
Yeah, but I was going to say it's got no roof on it either. This is a very stupid question. It didn't come that way, did it? Or is that like a...
I honestly didn't know Geo made it.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked by this too. This is amazing.
It's custom.
I don't know though. It looks pretty legit. It's got Iowa plates on it too. We could go find this thing and buy it. It's only got 74,000 miles on it.
Geo Metro convertible, an awful but adorable drop top. That's the first article that comes up. That is legit. Okay, well, fuck, you need to. It only weighs 1,700 pounds. I know that's what you're looking at when you're looking at cars is the weight, but
I know my truck
You-
weighs like 6,000 when I had it on a scale.
well, I had a buddy. This is pretty awful, but he was trying to figure out if his wife was gaining weight. So he would drive every once like they would take the same route home every night, and there's a scale, and he would like a weigh scale for his truck. He goes, "I'm just trying to see," and he would just literally go every single time and calculate the weight differences. And she gained 5 pounds this last month. I was like, "Come on, man!"
Jesus.
Like, I wish I was making that up, but that is a
That is
honest
one
to
of
God
the
story. I'm
lowest
not going to
stories
give
I've
his
ever
name
heard.
away, but
He knows who he is.
yeah, he knows who he is. He might listen too, so that's why I don't want to give it away. Oh,
That's awful.
and he's still married to this day, so apparently she didn't gain too much weight.
Trivia night's gonna be awkward next week.
Yeah, so sorry if one of you two were planning that. I apologize for blowing your cover over there.
It's genius, but
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, it was just like, wouldn't that become suspicious? Like after the first time, like
Why are we going through the scale again?
yeah, exactly. Like, and then the third time, and why is it becoming a part of our Monday tradition? We go out on a date, and you weigh me post and pre and post date. You know? I didn't eat that many fries tonight, bub.
oh man,
Golly.
that's bad.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. But what can you do here?
Yep. Want to wrap this thing up, boys?
Sure.
Yeah,
I don't have anything
I'd
else.
say
I don't
I
need
felt
it.
pretty good. Hold on. Can you guys name any serial killer?
Are we talking like ones we've talked about or not?
A
No,
different
I
one?
want a new serial killer if you can think of it. I just want to see if they went to a Big Ten school.
I thought that's where you were going with this.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, shoot. Let's just Google serial killers. I'll give you a name here.
Yeah, that's the only thing I've missed that the last couple weeks because we're gonna ruin the streak now because I didn't bring it up naturally, but like we were like on a 3 for 3 streak of naming, Dahmer for Ohio State and shit.
Let's do
Suspense is killing me.
Harold Shipman.
Shipman.
Harold
Okay,
Shipman.
serial killer from Nottingham.
He's Dr. Death.
Oh no, he's from Europe.
Oh, that don't count then.
Yeah, we can't count that. He's not American. I want American
Alright.
serial killers. Damn it.
Timothy McVeigh. He blew up the
Timothy
he blew up the building in Oklahoma.
Let's look up Gary Ridgway.
Hold on.
He looks
Timothy
like
McVeigh.
he probably went to a Big Ten school.
I've just made another meme when I asked Trent to give me a list of serial killers unprompted.
Yeah, that is off the top of my head. Come on.
Fucking okay. Early life, New York. I don't think this guy went to. Oh, hold on. High school. He was most promising computer programmer in high school, as well as most talkative.
Who's
Who's
this?
that?
Gary Ridgway?
Yeah, no, McVeigh.
Oh.
I don't think he went to college. Oh no, he went to Bryant and Stratford. Damn it! Oh, the streak ends. What was the other one?
Gary Ridgway. I'm looking him up right now.
American serial killer, born 1949.
Jesus. Dude killed 49 people.
Oh, imprisoned at Washington State. I was gonna say that's a new Big 12 school probably.
It really
He had
doesn't.
bedwetting problems. I mean, he had bedwetting problems. Why would that be part of his early life? Why would they? Oh, okay, explains. Never mind. I see why it was included in there now. He went to Vietnam. He didn't win. He didn't win to no college. Well, damn it, 0 for 2 on embarrassing the Big Ten a
We're
little bit more.
striking
I'll
out.
have to look into it for next week.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna have to find more that are specifically from the Midwest or Washington. We're just gonna really have to. There's got to be some Oregon serial killers.
Yeah, we can get into California now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, as long as they're near Los Angeles, we'll be fine.
Well, Ted Bundy, where's he from?
No, he was. I think that was one of them. He was like from Washington or
Yeah,
Oregon.
so he
Like
was up there
Northwest.
somewhere.
Yeah, University of Washington. Cowboys won 20-17. Do you guys give a shit?
Yeah, for my fantasy league, I needed the Cowboys to get more than 4 points. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I was gonna say I needed Keenan Allen to get more than 8 points, and he did that. So, I was happy. You know what the sad thing is? I barely beat a guy. I beat him by 14 points. This guy hasn't reset his lineup in 3 years in a dynasty league, and you just keep everyone. But he drafted a Mahomes, Mixon, Cam Akers, Hill, Tyreek Hill, Calvin Ridley, Mark Andrews, Drake London, Pittman, Carlson for the kicker for the Raiders, and the Steelers defense. He picked the most consistent, like they won't like some of them will go off quite a bit, but like no one is going to like, Cowboys defense, they can score 20, they can score -4 in what like he's just chosen the teams that will never get negative points and just consistently always go up.
So in this league that me and Clark and Joey are in, that you can trade out your players for Monday night players if they do bad on Sunday and Thursday. I texted them before the games even started yesterday. I said, I'm either getting first or last this week. And out of 140 people, I was about 135th.
After the pick switch.
Yeah, before trades. So
before trade.
So then I could trade out for players tonight. My running backs, you pick 3 running backs. They had 8 combined points.
Oh,
damn.
And so I had to pick 3 more running backs. So I just traded them all out. I'm like 3, running back. No, the 3 I picked tonight, 5 combined points.
No.
I did worse. I had Kittle, 1 point. I picked Ferguson, 1 point.
0. Yeah.
Just terrible.
Pick up Eckler, fucking 4 points,
Eckler had less than that. He had 2 points. No passing or no receiving points. Yeah.
Well, one of these you've won it before, haven't you?
I've won certain weeks. I haven't won the whole league.
Oh.
That's a tough one to win.
Well, I believe in you, buddy.
Well, I beat Joey. So our bet every year is the loser between me and Joey has to pay the winner's entry fee. So I played the last 2 years for free. So I'm good.
Ooh,
Nice.
shit. You going to make it 3?
Well, I think Joey gained about 50 points on me this week. So probably not. I'm in a hole right now.
Even if he wins, you'll just make it back in the Iowa State men's and women's basketball games.
I'm sure those Joey Hamilton bets.
Yeah, the Joey Hamiltons, yes. Which has got to be great for him. Or it's either great or awful. He's either like making $40 in a weekend or just losing it just with the Joey Hamiltons between you and me.
Yeah.
So, do you guys have any comments on Caitlin Clark scoring just as many points as Iowa in Kinnick Stadium?
My favorite statistic ever was the first triple-double in Kinnick Stadium history. Jeez.
Oh, yeah.
Of course it is.
Yeah, exactly. That's not possible. I mean, you could also have made, like, who's the first woman to score in Kinnick? I mean, like, there's so many things that could have been.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have to do some research, but we're going to have to figure out if they wove after the first quarter, because they have quarters in women's basketball.
They did.
So they did?
Yep.
Okay.
Saw it.
Thank goodness. Okay. I was worried.
Yep. Okay.
So well, let's wrap it up here, dude.
All right. Well, we'll see y'all Wednesday for Amateur Hour.
Wednesday 9 p.m.
Yes, make sure to like and subscribe. Follow us on all our socials: Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Heartland Pulse, and Facebook and YouTube at Pulse of the Heartland. Share all of our videos. Tell 20 of your friends.
Yeah.
This is the Funcast. It's
If you're
Seinfeld.
confused on where to follow, just follow my finger right now on the screen.
Yep, right there. Pulse to the
There
Heartland.
you go. Wing, 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 wing.
Yep,
Please like, subscribe, tell us we're great. It'd be appreciated.
yep. Boost our egos, please. We want to be able to afford that Geo Metro convertible.
The Pulse of the Heartland mobile, a 1991 convertible Geo Metro.
See you Wednesday.
Yeah.